Hi, I'm Dale Plotzki. My project is called Centralizing Focus, and essentially what it is a series of custom settings in our school's Google Admin Console that we can apply to any student or teacher who wants to improve their focus and their productivity while at school. So really this whole project came from a book that we read at our school in the fall called Stolen Focus. So here we are with our book club. And this book really goes into the details of just how much of a focus epidemic we're living through, that no one can focus on anything for any amount of time. So my thought was, what can we as a school be doing in a more centralized, purposeful, controlled way to help slightly improve the improvement in this area? I don't have any reservations that I'll be able to make grand changes over the night, but maybe small changes that will, on the entire process of the school, make a small change. So my expected outcome is going to be a Google profile of all the necessary tools that are required to improve your focus, and that I'm going to invite students and teachers to opt into this profile to have these settings applied to their accounts. So the process slide, how am I going to do this? On February 12th, I created the profile in Google Admin Console. I'm going to show you that in a minute. We added the selected tools to that profile. I also sent out communications to our teachers and to our students saying, hey, we're running this. I also went in front of an assembly to give an announcement to say that we're doing this new initiative on focus. If you want to take part, sign up here. So those announcements and communications went out. Then on March 1st, we will be adding people to the group and sending out full training resources so they know how to use these tools. And then 1 month after that, I'm going to do a follow-up survey to track the effectiveness of this project. So what are the tools that we're looking at? Well, here they are, up here in the top corner. So the first one we're doing is Row Focus. These are all Google Chrome extensions. It is a series of music for focus. So they're all ambient sounds that don't have any lyrics that really help improve focus. The next one is a really cool one. It's a Pomodoro timer, which means focusing on one single task for a small amount of time, then taking a break, and then doing it again. It's called Forest. So it starts with 10 minutes. You start. And then what this is as 10 minutes progress, your tree grows and grows into a full forest. And then when you complete the 10 minutes, that tree goes into your forest, and eventually it starts like inviting birds and bears, kind of like Sim City. And if you don't make it to 10 minutes, your tree dies. And the last one is this one here. This third one's called Button for Google Tasks. All this is pulling your Google Task list closer at hand, so you always have access to it and you can access it easily. I use ChatGPT to help me find this list, as well as the Jennifer Gonzalez resources. And I think this is really more suited to TPAC as opposed to SAMR, because again, it's not about transforming or open up new learning like in SAMR. It's really more just about doing our traditional schooling better, was my rationale there. So there's another shot of the 3 Google Chrome extensions loaded onto the profile. All right, data. There's 2 main measurement points. These are self-reported Likert scales. What is my focus before the start of the project? What is my focus after? I'm going to send out, like I said, in 1 month. And on top of that, I have some other interesting data points I can map. I can access some metadata from the admin console. So this is what it looks like back here. You can see that we have button for Google Tasks and Forest. Here you can see it installed and created. And I can access some of these data from our admin console and see to what extent are they actually being used. So it's not only the self-reported data that I can access, but also the real data from the admin console. And my intention is to put all of that into Google Looker Studio, Data Studio, and share it out with our community. All right, scaling up. So my big idea is that around March 8th, I want to send out a follow-up email to our community, or March 18th, and continue them to encourage them to use this, because these habits take time to sink in. They take time to learn. On April 18th, that's when I'm going to have, or pardon me, April 8th, I'm going to have the students report on the progress that they made. How do they feel like their focus is now? And then I'll be able to share out a visual comparison of how the project went. And that's a good time to re-invite people to join the settings as well, and to say, does anyone else want to add these to your profile? I only had, I think, 17 takers on my first go-around. So after I have some success, that'd be a great time to invite more people in. Advisory team, I used a couple different people. The director of technology from another international school here gave me ideas about how to actually do this on a technical level in the domain. Our principal gave me some really good feedback about should people be forced into this or should they be encouraged into this and allowed to, not focus even though they're using the tools. Like basically, how strict should these be? I worked with our data systems analysis to make sure that all of the tools were set up, running, and working well. So we tested them on all of our demo accounts. And then very importantly, I got student feedback as well to get their perspective. And like I said, I also use ChatGPT to help generate the actual tool list as well. References were very tough to find here. So I used the actual book itself and a really, really great resource from Larry Rosen on the distracted student mind. This is a few years old, but it really gets to that heart of the extent of focus issues when working with learning and technology. All right, my feedback questions are, what are the bigger messages? So what should we communicate to students about why are we doing this? Why do we think it's important to improve focus? Because if that why piece is not front and center, I don't believe the project or any project would have a lot of meaning. And then I also thought it'd be interesting to ask people beyond Pomodoro and white noise and effective tasking, what works for you? What works for other kids? So what other great methods are out there for improving focus? Thank you very much.